6 months ago, this barn disappeared under scaffolding and a tin hat. Since then, we've completely transformed it. We've saved this barn from rotting away and being totally forgotten. But until now, nobody has seen what this barn really looks like. Today, for the first time since work began, we'll finally strip back this scaffold and reveal this beautiful barn in all of its glory. First up is insulating the barn exterior walls. We're using 100mm PIR insulation boards cut and fitted snugly so that there's no gaps, no drafts, and definitely no wasted heat. Then vertical battens go on from bottom to top, locking the insulation in place and creating the framework for what's to come next. Inside, it's time to start closing up. Insulation packed neatly in between all of the studwork, followed by plasterboard in the ceilings and the walls, sealing off the spaces and giving a real feel for the new rooms we've formed. Upstairs, the gallery takes shape, with the new T&G flooring being installed. All I can do is apologise because I cannot keep up with how quick the boys are working. They have finished the plasterboarding. The rooms are now ready for the plasterers that are going to arrive next week to get this side of the barn freshly plastered. The rooms are all fully formed now. This is the stairwell. It's going to get dark. I do apologise, but we've got all the windows and doors covered over at the moment, and they are arriving very, very soon. So yeah, this is the master bedroom, all boarded up. We've got all of our first fix plumbing and stuff done, as you know. So yeah, very exciting now. Can't wait to get these all spread, get the ceilings, get the walls done. Then we can jump onto the joinery, windows, doors, door linings, internal doors, bathrooms, lots to be done. Can't wait to show you all. In the bathrooms, you'll notice that some sections have been left open. That's intentional. We still need access until the final decisions are made with the clients. Then comes plastering. Every wall and every ceiling plastered to reveal the clean, finished spaces. Whilst the lads are inside finishing the last few bits of plastering, we are going to chuck you over to see Rob from RJ Joinery, who is making these beautiful windows and doors to go in this barn. But bear with me, I've thrown Rob in at the deep end here and he's not used to these cameras around him, so he's going to explain the process of how the windows and doors are being made.
Hi guys, somewhere a bit different today. I'm Rob and we're here at RJ Joinery. Come and have a look at what we do. So this is how the timber comes into us. Hardwoods, softwoods, Accoyas. This pile here is actually the Iroko for Danny's job. These are the screens, the big screens, big front screen, big rear screen. They have come in and been sectioned down and planed in the workshop, and they've come back out here due to the size of them. First going to hit the rip saw. That's going to dimension us down into the width. Then we're going to take it to the cross cut, and that's ultimately going to do our length. Once we've done both of them, we should be left with something like this, which has got correct widths, correct thickness already set by the stock, correct length to make it more manageable to carry on. Then we need to be planing. We're a sawn finish at the minute, but we need a planed finish. We need everything the same. This machine will do all four sides in one as it goes through, dimension down to what we've preset the machine to, which will then come out perfectly square, perfectly smooth into our plane finish. So we've now got our regularised, planed up material, all different section sizes for all different components for the windows, and we now start the exciting stage of jointing. All done on the 10er, which is this machine here. Incredibly versatile machine. This is an example of what can be produced on this machine. With how versatile the machine is, the comb joint I was explaining, the two parts being the male and the female, slot together, which will give us our sash joints. Now we still need somewhere for glass. Huge part of the windows, as you can imagine, depending on the glass spec, single glazed, double glazed. That'll all be done on here, the spindle moulder. Huge range of cutters, in and out, change the cutters to suit what's going on, what component of the window, door, stairs we are doing. Very much the same, nearly every single piece of timber in the workshop will go through here at some point. Machining done, components machined, we are now over to the bench stage. We've got components stacked. These components here are actually for the barn, for Danny, which we have started putting together and we are going to continue putting together. It's one of the small window frames for the barn. You will notice it is traditional mortise and tenon as opposed to the comb jointing that we did see. They are glued, heavily glued around the mortise and tenon area. This also acts as a sealer for our end grain, for our shoulders, very important. Clamped together and held mechanically fixed with screws. This stage, the dimensions will be checked, overall dimensions, all of the paperwork, boys will check the sizes, height, width, etc. Make sure that marries up. If that doesn't marry up, obviously now's the time to see it. So you've seen a bit of sash machining, you've seen a bit of frame components, frames going together. We fast forward quite a few steps. We get the end result or the end product. This particular one is spray painted finish. If you can see, it's gone through all of the stages on the bench. So we've got our locks in, we've got our glass in, and we're ready to send this one out.
Look who just arrived. Rob from RJ Joinery has started to bring our brand new timber windows to be installed to this barn. So let's go and have a little look. So this is a beauty. So Rob's obviously and his boys have worked extremely hard to manufacture these windows to how the clients wanted them. So we have got beautiful Arroco, absolute beautiful. We've got 2-point locking system, and Rob's just shown the client this is obviously you can still ventilate, and it is fully secured with the window still venting. So what we're going to do, I am hoping that we've measured everything right and they're going to fit in just nice. This is a simple but vital job, one that we've all been very excited for. Frame by frame, a repeat process that really starts to make the barn come together. Okay, the lads have been downstairs installing the 2 sets of external opening bifolds. We are now up on the gallery area where we are now about to install this set of bifolds, but these are slightly different because this is a Juliet balcony. These are internal opening. So they're going to be some sort of barrier, metal railings which go across 1100i so that people can't jump out or fall out when they're up here. So, camera's rolling, let's get cracking. So the way that Rob has designed and supplied these doors to us, everything is pre-finished, all stained, 2 different stains on the inside to outside. So you've got a water-based on the inside and an oil-based, like grey varnish on the outside. All of the doors would have been hung in the workshop, and then everything glazed, all the sight lines made perfect so that he knows they're perfect when they leave the workshop, and then when they get here, it's down to us to install them and make sure it stays perfect. So it's as easy as that. The one thing we are missing is we've got a little handle which is going to sit on here so that when the door is open, you can pull the door from inside, but that hasn't arrived yet. It's on its way. So that is basically the door installed, and then we've got to do is the framework on the outside, speed up the insides, and then it's going to look just beautiful. We are outside, and today we are starting the weatherboarding. So we have some oak, which you have seen had been delivered, and we'd offload it in a garage. But we have had a few difficulties on trying to get our counterbattens all equal all the way around the barn. We're not going to be able to do that. So if I take you in, I'll show you what we've had to do. We have a distance between the brickwork, which was an open void. The previous builders put this sole plate on uneven all the way around this brickwork. So what we had is different distances between the brickwork and the back side of these kickers. These kickers are here because we had to basically give ourselves the airflow down this side of the barn and round the back. But obviously after doing that side, I thought it was going to look really strange and really odd. So we've had to now go around the whole entire barn, installing these little filler pieces, which bring us to the back of our kickers. Then we've stapled mesh, insect mesh there. And then once that's folded back and the cladding board goes on, the weatherboard, that will stop any insects, any creepy crawlies getting up inside. It was a lot of work to do this, but if we take you around the back, I'll show you exactly how bad this barn is bowed, and you will really see it from around the back. So we have 4 inches from here, just over 4 inches, and if you pan down to that corner, we have about 20 mil. What we've had to do is put this filler piece in. We've put kickers on, which are about 35 to 40 mil. We've got plenty of airflow then, which that airflow will come up, and then when our cladding's sat on here, overhanging 20 mil, you won't see any of this underneath there, but that is sorted out, all that detail. Like I say, it's a lot of faffing around, but time to get this cladding on the barn. Right, so we have made a start on the front elevation with the oak weatherboard. So the way we install it, it is very random. It's a green oak weatherboard. We're not going to start getting in the reams of trying to get a pattern together so every cut, we just end up with so much wastage. So how we install it, first board on. We have a 30 mil lap. So your board will come over and give you a weathering of 30 mil. When you nail, we're going to be nailing just above, through this board and above this board, because if you go together, when they move, that board will split and they'll all just keep moving about and opening up. So you're clamping this board onto the top of that board. You never fix the two together, so that if there's any movement, they move separately and doesn't split the board behind. This is the stage we have all been waiting for. From bare battens to beautiful green oak cladding, this is going to be an enormous transformation. Board by board, the barn starts to look like the building it was always destined to be. The oak cladding is already transforming the barn, but before we can finish the rest, there's one final and rather large job to complete. And oh boy, am I excited for this. It's time for these massive glazed screens. The day has finally arrived where we are going to be installing the front glass screen and the rear screen as well. It's going to be a hectic day on site. We're just waiting for Rob from RJ Joinery to arrive with all of the goods. He is bringing one of his men, and we're going to have one team of 3 on the front screen, another team of 3 on the rear screen. Fingers crossed everything goes well, because this is a huge moment for this barn. Right, that single piece of timber is the cross beam above the front screen. So the reason why we're carrying it in bits is, if you can imagine trying to transport this and lift it, well, we're going to have to lift it in one position, but Rob's made it in a kit form. That's why Rob is here today, to help us build both screens and try, well, we've got to, there's no try about it, we've got to try and lift this screen in once we've built it on the ground. We have just unloaded all of the different parts and sections to the front and the rear frames. I'm just about to have a chat with Rob now, because I haven't got a clue how this lot goes together, but we're all going to work as a team. So you've got that 3 over there standing, just about to listen in on our conversation of how we're going to install it. To save you lot listening, let's cut the waffle and just get to it. First, we're going to build up the H-frame with the middle beam and then the 2 sides. Right, so this is it. The first screen going in. So glue in all of the tenons, and then we're going to slot the section in, fix it through the side, do the same to the head, then we can push it up a bit tighter that way. Then, oh, here we go, we've got another main man here. Fly up now, look. How many men can you have fit a front door? ADHD brain took over there, lost my train of thought. We're going to glue, screw as much as we can, then stand it up, put the dowels in, which will then pull it all together just lovely. And of course, making sure we wipe the excess glue from the joints as we go. Now with the top half of the frame, it's the same process: glue, screw and dowel. So we're at final stages of putting the head on this frame, and then it is go time. I cannot wait to lift this up and see it in its final position. With that now in position and all going rather smoothly, the lads are going to get it fixed in place, level and plumb, while Rob and Lou make a start on building the rear screen. We are just putting the final screws in this front screen before we can start the glazing. Then the rest of us are going to jump through. Rob has built the rear screen with the bifolds in it. Time to get that one installed as well. So if you can remember when me and Rob, we've done an Aaron and we worked out the opening sizes, this is the meaning what we was on about. So this beam here leans massively towards the bottom and that side does exactly the same. So what we're going to have to do, to which we said originally, is we're going to frame the inside and we'll scribe our timbers into the post. And obviously there'll be a kitchen here hiding this big section, thank God. And then we'll scribe the rest up to nothing. So main thing is it's in. While the boys were fixing our rear screen, Rob and Lou got our front screen all glazed. So that is all the glazing installed. So what the lads are going to do now is get all of the pre-made beads out. We're going to cut them and mitre them all around each individual bit of glass. Then we're going to stick security tape on there again, is that correct? Security tape on the back of the beads, get them all put in, nailed up, and then that is that, fully glazed. Next, we hang the bifolds on the rear screen. Exact same procedure as you saw earlier on, upstairs in the gallery. That is the bifold doors installed. I must say, what a great little system that was. Obviously, Rob's done all the hard work back in the workshop. Literally, all we had to do, everything was pre-drilled, lovely and simple, all the hinges on, doors were numbered, 1, 2, 3, bosh, done. So what we're gonna do now, chuck you on a time lapse, get all of the glazing done in this back section, bead it up, then it's on to fitting the front doors. With the rear screen all glazed, our front doors are now going in. Aaron and Rob working together to get them installed nice and easy. These are the centerpieces of the build. 3 by 4 meters, front and back. They don't just flood the place with light, they totally transform the face of this beautiful barn. With all of our screens in place, we can now crack on and finish the rest of the cladding, wrapping the barn completely with this beautiful oak weatherboard. For more than 6 months, this barn has been hidden from view. Every beam, every tile, every bit of hard work has been kept secret beneath this giant scaffold. But now, the wait is finally over. From derelict and forgotten to proud and reborn, this is the first reveal of the Derelict Barn project. Six months ago, you would have seen this barn behind me in such a sorry state. But with many hours, many awkward moments, load of manual work, we have managed to transform this derelict barn into something truly beautiful. We have spent many hours scratching heads trying to overcome many obstacles inside this barn, but I am so pleased with what we've been able to achieve. And I must say to every single one of you that has watched part of this series, we are not over yet. There is plenty more exciting things to come inside this barn. But I just want to say a massive thank you to you all. If you could please hit that like and subscribe button, because it means the world to us and it helps our channel out massively. So for now, thank you very much. Yes, you heard me right. We are not finished yet. So the next stages of our work, we have lots to do. This isn't the furniture that the clients have chosen, but I would stick around to see what we do next.